So I got a question for the both of y'all.
Shoot it.
All right, there's this young Caucasian male, middle age. His name is Clay Travis. He said he'll put $1 million on the line to bet that any state championship high school basketball team of his choosing could beat the champions of the WNBA.
Any state championship team.
Any male basketball state championship team of his choosing could just beat the WNBA champions. What's y'all thoughts on that?
I think that's a wild take.
That's crazy to me.
Like, I think that's low-key disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
Like, no low-key disrespect.
It's sexist.
It's absolutely disrespectful.
Yeah.
Very sexist. What's that? Misogynist?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
He wanted him.
Now, to say that, though, you already know my take on that.
No, I want to hear it.
You already know how I feel about women's sports, basketball in a sense. So to me, I've said it on the show that I feel like women basketball players are more skilled than men basketball players overall. Why? Because they can't just live off their athleticism. I can't live off of just running faster than the next person or dunking over the next person.
Gotta have a real skill.
I gotta have a real skill set.
LeBron James had to get better his entire career. He's only 21.
Exactly. So we talking about so give me a scenario in that sense. Who would you?
All right, so let me give you my 2 cents real quick.
Okay.
First off, I do think he's disrespectful. I do think it's a very sexist statement.
Crazy.
But I mean, I don't think he's crazy. Not saying that it's not possible, but not saying that they're champions. They're gonna go out there and just dog.
I think it depends on the time too.
Yeah, definitely. Because I can't think of anybody that would come to mind right now for this current year. But I can think of like some teams that I would like. Okay, they might actually have a shot at beating these girls for real.
Let me tell you,
our high school, 2003, they were like top 3 on the West Coast.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past them to beat a WNBA. I wouldn't put it past them to beat a college team.
But we're talking about a WNBA champion.
I'm getting there. Professionals, yes. Professionals. That's the word I want to get back to.
Okay.
I wouldn't put it past the Cheyenne 2003 team.
Okay.
To actually stand a chance.
Hey, was that around the same time LeBron and them was in high school too?
It's funny that you say that. Because in 2003, LeBron was a senior. He didn't actually play in the state championship.
Yes.
But also Carmelo Anthony, he was a senior that year.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Now,
the Oak Hill had a solid basketball team that year, bro.
They did. Now, but what we talking about? What we talking about is he said a state champion basketball team versus a professional women's basketball champion. We ain't talking about just any up and coming, low key on the road, Rudy Tooty Pooty. I've just started a season. WNBA. You know what I mean? We talking about the aces. Let's start with the aces.
No, that's all we talking about.
Let's start with the. I mean, if we want to go back, you can go to the Comets. They the first team to go 4-peat. Yes, it was a low, but that team right there was full of dogs.
Yeah.
Cheryl Swoops. You got Tina Thompson. Like that team was full of dogs, and they were like nasty dogs.
Yeah.
Because they were the ones that started the Olympics, remember?
And
same time, Dream Team.
I also thought about this. Some of the girls that we went to school with could really play some fucking basketball.
Yes.
Sequoia Holmes.
Yes.
Ashley Blake. Old girl Italy went to
Centennial.
Yeah, bro. There was some girls that was dogs, and I seen what they did to boys.
Yes.
Bro, I think this dude tripping, bro.
That take is wild.
It's a wild take, but like it's not crazy. But
it's not crazy if you take off the whole champion. Yeah. Now, if you say
let me put
just
together
any team,
yeah.
But we talking about the Aces. So take this Aces team right now, or last year that won the championship, and you got Becky Hammond as the coach.
Let's talk about we see how good the depth was
this year.
Yeah,
you talking about a team that lost 2-3 starters.
Imagine all of them healthy.
All of them healthy. That's a wild take
There's
because
no state championship team that I've seen this year that can come close to that.
no. And the wildest thing is, I just saw I'm glad you brought that up because I just saw that I was paying attention. I was on Instagram, right? Because I follow a couple of girl programs for college. So specifically, I follow two, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So because of Don Staley,
Mm-hmm.
who was a dog on the Olympic team, who was a dog on that Olympic team that I was talking about.
It was cold, though.
A dog, straight from what? From Philly, right? From Philly, like.
But she was a great coach, also, though.
A great coach, and I was just looking at what they do. So, and just going through the comment surfing, they actually have student athletes or students that were athletes that just, I guess, wasn't just good enough to make that next step into NCAA Division I play, because it's hard to get there. It's only a few roster spots, but they go in and play against the teams that they have. So they have what they call a highlighter practice team. Mm-hmm. So they got guys that they're playing against, student athletes that they playing against in practice.
They out there balling
almost every day or every other day. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to say something wild like that, I can see if you talking about washing dishes type of women, but that ain't this.
That ain't this. That is not this. And that was crazy, though. That was
a random guy?
I don't know. I'm not gonna Google this guy. I already said his name.
I gotta look him up now, so because I do want to know.
I'm not gonna say his name now because he disrespectful.
He gonna have to give me that $1 million. He gonna get.
You taking that bet?
Oh, I would absolutely take that.
Are you sharing with the Aces after you win?
No, because they got.
Yeah. What's that you listening to? Hey, that's Dawg Money by the podcast on the iPhone or the iPad. Swear it got me in my zone. Please leave me alone so I can catch up on my flight back. Place 18, no plan B. Get it tuned in, understand me. Talking parlays, hitting sweet in a parfait, getting bread like pantry. Said can't be, but they did it. I know some haters that still won't admit it. Boys are so crazy they might get committed. They talk a little different, not trying to be distant, but ain't no way you come close. You say less, you be doing the most. You can sink and swim or hop in the boat, but you better not touch that remote, cause that's all money. Get short, get tall money. Big facts, that's wild money. Big facts, you should call that back, cause what y'all call money is not at all money. Dawg Money. 2 men, 2 mic, 2 laptops. Too much you say, 2 lash out. Big boy then bought that cash out, like cash cow. Dawg Money. Gotta keep it a buck. Ain't nowhere else we can go here but up. A win is a win, and we do it again and again until we remember.
Yo, what everybody? Welcome back to the Dawg Money Podcast. This is episode 13 of season 2. I'll go by Money Marvin. I'm sitting here with my boy Big Chubbs. Got my boy Man Drew on the 1 and 2s. Boing. What it do, man?
Ah, man, just, swooping and chilling. Just was checking some player props real quick.
You got some action right now?
I had some action.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, had some action. But we're going to get into it. What's going on, brother? How was your weekend, man?
I'm going to keep it real with you, bro. I had a very quiet weekend.
Okay.
Got a lot done around the crib.
Okay.
See.
Okay.
I made $0.
Zero.
I made $0
this weekend.
Same. I sent you my parlays, and bro,
same.
You saw how it went, bro.
It was a wild weekend.
We'll talk about it a little later on the show.
We're gonna talk about it.
But I have a good idea for this episode, like as far as our title.
Okay.
Bad Beat City.
Bad Beat City. Man.
How you feel about that?
I think it's accurate to the weekend.
Yeah,
it's accurate to the weekend. I mean, and speaking of bad beats, it was like beat after beat. Michael Jackson beat it.
Beat it.
I was getting beat across the head all weekend.
Hey, but you know what?
From sports bets to my dang on refrigerator going out.
Yeah, that's all bad. But you blessed enough to get that taken care of, though. So
I seen that. I took that, and I say yes. I will say, I am blessed. I had to look at it from that perspective, like that I do. I'm glad I have the ability to be able to go buy a new refrigerator. They expensive, but
since we're here, bro, since we talking about perspective, we was just talking about how like old we getting, or we comparing like us in our teenage years to the generation right now.
Right.
I'm so glad that we like lived the lives that we lived, that we got perspective, because we look at things differently now. Because you take your refrigerator like going out as a complete loss.
Yeah.
And some people look at themselves as failures because like, oh God, what am I gonna do? You know, but you also know how to count your blessings because you got it taken care of.
Let's be real though, perspective wise, right? All weekend, this is me all weekend. Sounded like my grandpa. Like I passed by the fridge.
You sound like my dad.
And then I'll go. I'm like, yo, let's get up and go to this store and go find the fridge. And then Cameron was like, well, Dad, you know, the TV is out, the refrigerator is out, but you know, we were able to get a refrigerator, and we can always get a TV later. He was like, the refrigerator is a need. The TV is a want. I said, you're right, son. You're right. So obviously, his perspective is pretty great right now. I'm like,
that's because he didn't pay attention to that,
I'm like, but I ain't gonna lie. All weekend, bro, I was sitting here walking around the house like,
with an attitude.
Oh yeah, I poured.
Knowing damn well you can fix all these.
I was like, yo, pour up some wine or something right now, because I'm got beat across the head. Beat. Yo, speaking of beat.
Well, while you was getting beat up in the kitchen and with your appliances,
man,
I went 4 out of 5 on the parlay. I was 5 out of 7, and the team that cost me was my own.
Man,
oh, that lost.
That one had to hurt.
Yeah,
Oklahoma losing.
It hurt because
ain't no way they lost.
It hurt because the way that they lost, I know that they're supposed to win, so I'm still confident throughout the entire game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even in like the last 2 minutes, I'm like, bro, we about to win this ball game. We're like, what is everybody texting me stressing about? Until I realized, oh shit, we're not about to win this ball game.
I'm about to win.
And look, I had the spreads on everybody else.
You had money line. You did what I did.
Because I told you they're not covering the spread. It's going to be a close game because Kansas was one of my teams that I've been rocking with the past 2 years.
And you know what you should have did? Left it alone. You did the Cardinal sin. You know, you did what I did that week when I took Dallas. Money line and everybody else points. That was the Cardinal sin right there.
Yeah, well,
can't roll with your team if you feel like it's just going to be a money line.
Let me tell you. I got to tell you how good that ticket was, bro.
Tell us. Sorry, man. Let us know. Before we hop into
Go ahead and say something while I pull it.
Well, while you pulling it up, we're going to go over into the news real quick.
All right, I found it.
You done found it? Okay, well, go ahead and tell us.
Bro, I had Oklahoma money line, Notre Dame minus 20 and a half.
Oklahoma minus money line what? What was it?
Oh, the odds? Okay, hold on.
I need to know that. That's important at this moment.
Minus 305.
You ain't need it.
I had Notre Dame minus 20 and a half.
Okay.
I had Memphis money line at minus 267. I had Nebraska minus 1, which was easy. Like, so easy. I followed Joe lead, and I took Wyoming minus 4.5, but I wasn't too pissed about it because Oklahoma already happened.
Yeah.
I was talking about Kentucky. There was my pick last week, and then, like, later on in the week, I'm like, okay, they might not cover this 4. I bought it up to 7.5, and they covered that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I also had Old Dominion plus 21.5, which was your pick. And I also had Oregon money line,
which was a great pick.
It was a great pick. Just to win. Oh, give me that. So I went 5 out of 7 on that. And as far as Sunday, I had you liked Pittsburgh, but I like Jacksonville, so I didn't say nothing about it all day. So I had Jacksonville.
And you see what happened there? Bad beat.
Jacksonville minus 2.5. It was a bad beat on your end. I had Minnesota. And they were a pick. Let's say, give me that. They're gonna beat the piss out of Green Bay. I had Miami. I bought it down to 6.5.
Okay,
easy.
So that was all on one ticket. You mix college and pro.
No. This is this is my Sunday.
Oh, this is the Sunday ticket.
Yeah. Then I had the Bengals money line. I knew that was coming through.
Yeah.
And then I also had Houston minus 3.5. They were up. They were up by like, I want to say like 5 until like the last few minutes of the game, and that's what killed me.
And you know what?
Shout out to Bryce Young for getting his first NFL win.
Absolutely.
At my fucking expense.
At your expense against the number 2 draft pick.
Bro,
number 2 and 3.
That was a solid like 3 racks I would have been up this week.
It's okay because we're gonna win it back.
I'm gonna get it back. I mean,
We're gonna get everything back this weekend. I feel like
you win some,
you lose some. Sometimes you go on a losing streak.
I've never went on. Well, this is actually the first week of this entire season where I didn't make $1.
No, I'm saying like overall. Sometimes you just kind of go on a losing streak to where it's not like man, for real.
This can't start no streak, so I got to get it back in blood this weekend.
I knew it was gonna be a bad day for me when I took UTSA, right?
Yeah,
I was like, UTSA, I knew they were, I was like, bro, they should win by 21. I said, this is a game they could win by 21. That was the first game of the day I had. And I was like, all right, this game hit.
Noon game, right?
Yes. This game hit, I'm rolling over to the last two games that I really love, right? This game hit, rolling it over, right? Guess what? They up 21 points with 15 seconds left.
And then
these fools let them score a touchdown, bro. I was
at the very end of the game.
At the end of the game, bro.
Yeah, you had texted me that, and I was already done with college football for the day.
I was done at that point. I was like, you know what? Because I loved Old Dominion that day. But the nighttime,
I took Old Dominion because of you.
Yeah, I loved Old Dominion that day. But the nighttime games that I was going to take was Oklahoma State. It was, I think Oregon was playing later that day too. Oregon or was Oregon the morning time?
Oregon was an afternoon game. No, that was a morning game.
That was a morning game. So it was Oklahoma State. It was Oklahoma State and it was Iowa State. Both of them cleared with no problem. And I was just like, you know what? And it kind of went over into NFL. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. You live to fight another day and bet another day. Now, going over into that Patreon news, definitely want to say thank y'all to our Patreons who's been rocking with us all season. You know, we've been winning some. We lost a few. We're going to get it back and go this weekend.
But, hey, you got to listen to the warning that we gave y'all before the season started. You have to parlay at your own risk.
Parlay at your own risk. Yes.
Clearly, absolutely. I gave y'all, 12 picks.
Yes.
And of the 12, 9 of them cleared.
Yeah, last week was crazy. No, not last week, but the week before was a crazy weekend for us. Show-wise and Patreon-wise, especially on college. But, you know, right now, it's all about money management is what I'm going to say because, it's NBA is here. You know, you could technically win some money or try to win some money every single day. Right now, what I will say is if you're betting NBA, bet small, pay attention because lineups, they're trying to figure out lineups from trades, from how teams playing.
This is definitely one of those times where you need to pay attention, like to who's starting. I follow a couple links on Twitter. That way I get heads up of who the starting five is going to be.
Yep, definitely.
I get all my information about like injuries and stuff, so I know.
Yep. Because what I will say, stay away from the Pacers.
Yeah.
Not that they're bad, but if you do player props, NBA player props, I'm gonna warn you right now. Stay away from anybody on their team because the coach, the coach will screw you over. I'm telling you right now. Don't get frustrated.
Whatever the minutes restriction is, he is following to the T.
Yo, he will take out somebody that just hit 5 shots in a row, put him on the bench.
Coach, I'm on fire. Why are you checking me out?
For a whole quarter and a half and say you done. It's
crazy.
It's wild, bro. So don't, pay attention, find guys that make some good plays. It's a lot going on. Stay away from some games. I'm kind of finding my groove right now. It's early in the season. So I'm trying to find my groove, starting back with a new betting strategy going forward from starting tomorrow on out. Just slow rolling it. You know what I mean? Right. Slow rolling it because I literally can bet every single day now if I wanted to. You know what I mean? So lock in with the Patreon. We're gonna lock in this weekend. Have us a great weekend of college football. Then we're gonna turn that over to NFL. Have us a great weekend at the NFL. So lock in with us. We're going to go
versus basketball all week.
Huh?
And we're going to touch basketball all week.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Now, what I will say is I'm still paying attention. If you win the Patreon, I'm still paying attention to NBA props. Just trying to see who I'm liking, what I see them doing, what I see the coaches doing, and just kind of going from there. So next week, we're going to be going all out. Just even if I just throw out something really quick or Marv throw out something really quick as far as who we like for today, player props, even if it's just one player, it don't matter. You know what I mean? You take that one player and you roll with it. It's straight bet. But we roll over into the NBA news. We don't really have too much news to cover because we're going to go over into NCAA and NFL. NBA news, though, I'm sure most of the people have seen James Harden is now a LA Clipper. He got again.
One again.
Again.
Fourth time.
Again. So I want to ask you, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that particular move? How do you feel about him going to another team? And how does this impact his legacy? That question first.
And then we'll focus on the team.
And then I'm gonna go to the next question in this question.
I feel like I'm glad that he finally made it to a team. He's done dealing with the I forget his name.
Morey. I think Morey, right?
Yeah, whatever. He's a bum.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we don't have to talk about that no more. I don't have to hop on ESPN and hear, he's trying to get out of somewhere. We can wait another year or two for that to happen again.
Yeah, another year or two.
Yeah, so
maybe he'll retire by then.
As far as his legacy, man, I think it's not shot because the boy is a dog.
Dog.
When that boy want to play basketball, that boy gonna play some basketball.
Absolutely.
But as far as his I'm not gonna say his integrity is being jeopardized. But if I'm an owner of a team, do I want this mess in my locker room?
So more so his basketball character.
I'll say that.
His basketball team character.
Basically, I'd say that. I'm not going to say anything about his
personal life. Yeah, no.
I see how you do business.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to do business with you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I wouldn't, if I was an owner, I wouldn't want to deal with none of that.
I feel like that comes into play.
It does come into play. But I hope it work out for him because I'm a fan of James Harden, bro. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to talk as much mess as I want to about him. He can play some basketball.
Homie be balling.
Yeah.
He's been balling.
I sent you a question today. And I thought it was kind of weird. You want to talk about it?
Right after I asked this.
Oh, well, okay. No, let's finish this and let's go back to
it. Yeah, because I want to ask that question.
But I wanted to say how I felt about him being on that team, though.
Okay. That's the next question. How do you feel that he will fit in with the Clippers as they are currently built? I'm talking about Russell. You're talking about Paul George. You're talking about Kawhi. You're talking about Zubac. How does he fit in that team with shooters?
Now, it's hard to say with the new coach.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't have a new coach.
No, Lou. They still got Lou right now.
Coach. I'm sorry. I'm thinking Sixers right now.
Yes.
But what I will say is I pray to God that they don't go to start playing ISO ball for all of them.
That's going to be a bad,
if they go back to playing ISO ball, the only people that they're ever going to probably beat is the Lakers. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not getting to the playoffs and you're not getting far with that.
Yeah.
But, if you think about Harden last year, he led the league in assists.
Mm-hmm. So he can do it.
If he can keep that mind state to where, okay, he can ball, let me give it to him. He can ball, let me give it to him. You know what I'm saying? They can go far with that.
Where does that put Russell, though?
Hear me out. Give it to him. He open. Feed him. He's a scorer. Russell's a scorer. Here's my thing though too though. He can, but it's not a necessity.
Okay.
He can play off the ball too.
Okay.
He'd much rather play on, but you can see that when he came to this team,
yeah,
you can see that he was able to transition well.
Right.
You know, he played well in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
He's been playing good. So I think if they can just get out of their own way, this Clippers team can really, really do something.
Championship do something?
Bro. Boy, stop disrespecting me. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm never going to...
Championship?
I'm not talking about
We talking champion. That's the other part of the question. We championship do
Lakers in 5. Lakers in 5.
You say championship? If the Clippers are healthy.
I'm gonna keep it real,
Mandrew
bro.
says
I'm not gonna go as far as to say championship.
Okay.
But right now I'm looking for good games so I can get some good money on.
I feel you.
That's all I'm thinking about right now. If we talking championship, I'm thinking Lakers in 5. I don't care who it is.
Okay.
That's the Nuggets because we got to figure that out.
I feel that.
We got to figure that out.
I feel that. Okay. So before we go on to the rest of the topics, you said you saw you wanted to bring up James Harden conversation.
Oh, we could have saved that for later, but since we're here,
I
don't think I sent it to you, Drew. But the picture was just saying, who would you want in their prime?
Mm-hmm.
James Harden or Allen Iverson? Immediately, we're going to say Allen Iverson.
We're going to say Allen.
Immediately, we're going to say Allen Iverson.
Off top. Right away.
When we think about James Harden in his prime, he was unstoppable for a significant part of his career. We could never say that about Allen Iverson. Unstoppable.
Yes.
No.
Now, that's a wild take right there, my boy. Now, that's wild.
I'm not going to say he was unstoppable, bro.
Where that flag at?
Here, I'll give it to you, bro. Hey, man, I don't know. I'm an AI fan, but actually, let me answer the question. My answer to that question is still Allen Iverson.
Okay.
But it's questionable. Like, I think about that. If I'm building a team, am I building this team around Harden in his prime?
If I'm building the team.
If I'm putting the right team around Allen Iverson, yeah, Allen Iverson. I'm not.
Right, we building the team.
Philadelphia didn't. They didn't build the right team around Allen Iverson.
When he played for Denver, they had a good team.
And what they do with it?
They were young, though.
Don't give me no excuse. What they do.
I mean, but what they do with James everywhere he was at.
They ain't good that far.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now, no disrespect to James, because, I mean, the boy was
and no disrespect to AI, because AI is still my pick. But he's still my pick. But, like, I'm not going to just brush over James Harden in his prime.
I'm not going to brush over it, but I'm definitely going Iverson.
Yeah. I understand that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay. No, that.
But when I first saw it, it was a silly comparison.
Because they're not close to each other.
And then I thought about it, and like, wait a second. Either way, I'm not
a Philly fan that made that post.
You had to, man, because I'm not arguing nobody's opinion. Because if you pick Harden, I get it. But I'm picking AI. Absolutely. Shit, if I can vote for AI to be the president, I swear to God I would.
AI for president.
Bro, I swear to God I will. I'm braiding my dreadlocks.
AI for president.
I'm pulling out the AI sneakers out the closet, blowing the dust off it.
Shoot, you gonna braid your dreads. I'm gonna go get that little toupee piece, that little man weave, and I'm gonna get some braids.
I'm wearing the sleeve
back. So straight back.
I'm finna get a chain to hang to my belt buckle, bro. I swear to God, I'm going all out to vote for AI.
Just talking about tattoos, really quick, just because we're there. I remember the first tattoo I was actually gonna get was that cross that he has on his arm, because that thing was so crazy to me. Like he was that iconic, though. You know what I mean, for us. But going over into the NCAA news, I'm glad you brought that up. But going over into the NCAA news, we'll address our Dawg Money Heisman watch.
I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog, I'm a dog. Every dog had his day, man. Every dog.
So now we're talking about basically players that have, I mean, it's week 10 right now, right? So week 10, 11, 12, 13, you basically got about 3-4 more weeks if you include championship week.
No, regular season ball, ain't it? 12 weeks.
10, 11,
12 weeks, then bowl season?
10, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12
weeks.
13 is usually championship week. And then you got
bowl season.
So you got 3 more regular season.
So rivalry
technically
coming up too,
real quick,
because y'all got y'all rivals playing today or this week. You playing LSU?
Well, our true rival is
really Auburn, though.
Yeah, rivalry week is generally like last week.
As of late,
LSU, yeah,
it's been LSU.
Yeah, but going into the
last this week or this year,
we're not gonna be disrespected by you right now. We ain't talking about us just yet.
I'm sorry.
Just yet.
Nelson,
stay on track right now. Dawg Money Heisman watch. We talking 3 weeks left of the regular season.
Who's running that thing right now?
So we got Michael Penix Jr., still in the running with a great game last week. You're talking about J.J. McCarthy with Michigan. He's technically the favorite right now, according to the sports books. And then you also have Jordan Travis, who again just keeps winning and quietly.
You know what? I heard a bold prediction the other day by somebody in the Dawg pound. I'm not going to throw his name out there. They think that Florida State can make it to the Natty.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I don't think it's
That's
crazy.
not a
to
crazy
think that.
take.
It's not crazy to think that. After he said it, I gave him some shit about it. It's not crazy to think that.
That's not a crazy take. And now I got to look up they schedule.
You don't have to worry about their schedule. Is what are they going to do in the playoffs? Because I looked at their schedule. They're going to be there.
They got Pittsburgh this week, beat Miami.
I hate to say it, bro. I hate to say it. They're going to beat Miami.
Okay, then they got North Alabama.
Cheeks.
Cheeks. And then they got Florida. So they finishing the season with their Florida rivals.
Yeah, bro.
So, like, that's not a bad take.
Not a bad take.
And we're going to get into why that's not a terrible take.
I have to say this, bro. I am sorry for telling you what I told you in the group chat. I publicly said what I said. I am publicly apologizing because that is not a bad take right now.
Not a bad take. And then back to the Heisman watch, you still, again, Jordan Travis, winning against really good teams, but winning. You got Bo Nix still up in there in that conversation. And I feel like, truth be told, I understand that the Heisman has basically become a quarterback award lately. But I'm going to say, Marvin Harrison Jr.,
He's making a name for himself.
He been had a name.
Who was the last wide receiver?
That's a great question.
Fitzgerald?
Fitzgerald didn't win the Heisman.
He didn't win it.
No. He had an amazing season.
He should have won
the Heisman. I don't even know who won that year, as a matter of fact. And I'm going to have to go back.
Look it up. We'll keep going. I'll look it up while you do.
Yeah, look up the last couple of Heisman winners. But Marvin Harrison Jr., I feel like he's slowly creeping up into the conversation. And not even slowly. He's into the conversation on a lot of people's boards. And being that they are now ranked going into playoff talk, now that they're ranked number 1 by the college football playoffs, all eyes is going to be on them. You know what I'm saying? So he has a great ability to prove some doubters, to make a case for himself on the national state with a lot of focus on Ohio State. So
I got the numbers.
You got the numbers?
All right. So the finalist that year was Jason White, who won, Oklahoma quarterback.
That's still crazy.
That's still crazy because their knees was terrible.
Terrible.
Larry Fitzgerald was a runner-up. Eli Manning was 3rd place, and Chris Perry was in 4th.
Yeah. Fitz should have won that.
And it wasn't even close, honestly.
It wasn't close.
Total points was Jason White had 1,481. Larry Fitzgerald had 1,353. Eli Manning had 710.
I think what maybe cost Larry that year was that it was just Oklahoma. It was just Oklahoma. He went to Pittsburgh. That's it.
Had he been at Ohio State, it'd have been a total.
It would have been a different story. Literally,
hey,
the school you went to.
It's so funny that you say that, bro, because the school you went to can really determine like who qualifies for this.
Think about it. How much they was talking about Caleb Williams still with how terrible they've been playing.
Yeah, and
it's the name of a school and the conference. That's going to dictate.
It's because that school brings so much money to the NCAA. So we gonna keep his name out.
We gonna keep your name.
He should have fell from the Heisman talk the second that they lost because he played like shit that day.
Terrible for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, he played, bro. Pardon my language, but he played terrible. And like as far as the Heisman is the best of the best according to what their standards are.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I mean, he's a Heisman winner.
He doesn't deserve to be talked about no more.
Not anymore.
Like some teams, when you lose, you definitely shouldn't be talked about.
Yes.
We tried to give Shador some grace.
Yes.
But I told you, bro.
We already knew what was coming later down the pipeline. But
they also had a tougher schedule later.
Absolutely.
But as far as the first 4 weeks, Shador would have got my Heisman, bro. My Heisman vote.
Absolutely. And that last back half of the season for them is crazy. It's been wild.
It's very humbling, and I think it's very necessary.
Yes.
When you think about how much attention they've been getting, and how they've now have been like reacting to that attention. Like, okay, yeah, you niggas need to humble up a little bit. So.
Yeah, it's time to get some.
Not Coach Prime. I'm talking about the team.
The team.
Yeah.
And I've been there.
Also, the people, the fans.
The fans.
I love the support because I'm one who's a supporter. But I'm not. I've never been one to say, "Oh yeah, they going to the Natty."
To think that he's gonna come in 1 year and swoop it around.
No, after
years of 0 and 1 win
to the college atmosphere.
Absolutely.
So I was never one to say that.
Absolutely.
But for those who are just now like hopping on that bandwagon, yeah, dream on.
Dream on.
Hurt in a second.
Dream on. Dream on.
I've been a Cowboy fan for 30-something years, bro. Trust me, I get it.
You get it.
I understand how this shit go.
Hey, Heartbreak Hotel. That's all I'm gonna say. Just keep it coming. You know what I mean? I got every song in the book for you when it comes to that.
When it comes to sports and loving your team the way you do, everything can go wrong. Just might go wrong, bro. So just be ready for it when it does, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I lived through the Tony. I lived through the Quincy Carter days, bro. So I
Drew
get
Bledsoe.
it. The Drew Bledsoes, the Tony Romos. Right now, I'm currently going through the Dak Prescott
purgatory. Here he is.
I'm living.
We've been living in Jerry Jones purgatory.
Oh God!
I
can't say his name on this platform no more.
Man, we've been living in purgatory.
Why didn't we make any trades?
We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. Let's finish out college though. We gonna get to that. Trust me, we gonna get to that. But first of all, we gonna go back, scroll it back just a little bit, roll it back just a little bit.
I got
no. Hey, I feel
so passionate about.
I feel it. I feel it, young fella.
Pause.
Ohio State #1. When we talking about college football playoff records, rankings, Ohio State #1, Georgia #2, Michigan #3, Florida State #4, and right on the outskirts, you have at #5. Who was #5?
#5 is Washington. #6 is Oregon. You want to give me the? I'll give you the next two.
Nah, we just need top 6 right now.
7 and 8 is Texas and Alabama anyway.
Texas and Alabama.
And Oklahoma deserves to be at 9.
So if we're talking about Ohio State, I feel like Ohio State and Michigan, that game is going to really, truly determine when it gets to that game. Let's really look really quick.
Win or loss, neither one of them are dropping out of the top 4, though.
As long as they don't lose coming up, right? So we looking at the rest of Ohio State's schedule. You got Rutgers this week at Rutgers. Might be a tough game. Rutgers actually looks pretty decent this year. Like, nah, man, don't sleep on them.
I have to,
because this is gonna be their championship.
They better wake me up, then.
This gonna be their championship weekend at Rutgers. We talking about versus Michigan State the next week, Minnesota the next week, Michigan that last week. So they really they're gonna win out to get to Michigan. And then that game is going to determine. Now, when you're talking about Michigan's, and that's the #3 rank, the rankings, you have Purdue this week, Penn State next week, Maryland, and then Ohio State. So Michigan, if they don't, as long as they don't get distracted, they can definitely win out till they get to Ohio State.
They sure got a lot of distractions ahead.
It's a lot of distractions ahead with team shenanigans going on.
You want my 2 cents?
Yeah, what's your 2 cents?
I feel like we don't know the truth about anything right now. Everything is all allegations and speculations, but we know how this NCAA is. They might find a way to keep them from the playoffs with everything that's going on. Like, oh, y'all cheating?
And it will be an NCAA thing, not a college football committee.
Straight NCAA, because y'all cheating?
Because
I think you're going to make it to the playoffs?
Because college football committee, they already done said, that's an NCAA thing. They literally said,
I watched them strip Reggie Bush of every play, like every game that he played. Never happened, bro.
Never.
Oh yeah.
And we know it happened.
We know what happened, bro.
And they're gonna have to get that back eventually.
They have
I
to.
think they just trying to save face when it comes to that. But we getting back
But yeah,
to the
so after
rankings.
watching that happen, I can only imagine what might
gonna try
happen with
to
Michigan
something.
in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Pay attention.
Yeah. It's gonna be a circus.
And we gave y'all an easy schedule. Oh.
It's gonna be a circus. It's gonna be a circus. And then you got Georgia finishing out the season. They have Missouri, Ole Miss, Tennessee, Georgia Tech. Do you see any of them like challenging Georgia?
Not at all. Honestly, I think it's weird that Georgia's at 2 right now, but that's just me.
I think the only team that I really truly see challenging Georgia in the remaining lineup is going to be Tennessee. And then whoever they play.
A challenge as far as the spread.
Yeah, I mean, they actually had a chance to, they were in the game when they played us, Alabama, they were up at half.
By
a lot. But it's like, if they could, find the momentum, that's their only challenge.
Here's what their Achilles heel is, bro. They don't put together 4 quarters of football.
Exactly.
And that's really my issue with a lot of teams because, like, you got teams like Ohio State, great football team.
Mm-hmm.
They're not putting together 4 quarters because I don't think they really need to.
Right.
Tennessee, I don't think they can. Alabama, I don't think they can.
True.
Y'all haven't put together
not a solid
first half
game
yet.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Every game that y'all won in the third quarter. Seriously.
No,
Seriously.
fourth quarter. Third or fourth quarter. That's it.
Third or the fourth, not even both.
Yeah, third or the fourth. Yeah.
But we'll I'll talk about that because we're going to talk about LSU Alabama this week, right?
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
So I'll save my thoughts on that.
And then we finishing off with Florida State, Pittsburgh, Miami, North Alabama, Florida. So they have, they have a great chance. I mean, do you see any of them really challenging them?
I don't. If they're just, bro, they are slowly just rolling.
Yeah.
Quietly.
I will say,
and they got
scared
receivers over there.
Yeah, Coleman is a beast, man.
Yeah, he's solid, bro.
Duke scared him. Duke definitely scared him up until the fourth quarter.
I love that Duke is good at college football right now.
Yes.
Hey, Duke being a good football team makes for like great games.
Yes, absolutely.
I love competitiveness, bro. It's kind of reminding me of the college football in the 90s, bro.
Hey,
the 90s
was
a great time for a lot of stuff, man.
So if anything, let's just say because college football is wild, you have the next 2 behind. You have Washington, right? Who will be number 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Washington, they play USC this week. I really think they might just smack them.
They beat USC.
Then they have Utah. Then they have Oregon State. Then they have Washington State. Truthfully, I don't see
they're winning out.
I don't see them losing. So they're going to need some help up top. You know what I mean? And truth be told, if Ohio State loses to Michigan and Ohio State stays at 1, right? And they all went out, do you throw Michigan up in that spot?
I'm sorry, ask your question again.
If Ohio State, let's just hypothetically say Ohio State wins out and get to Michigan. Mm-hmm. Michigan wins out and gets to Ohio State. And they're still at 1 and 3, right? And you have Georgia at 2, Florida State at 4. You got Washington who wins out. And now Ohio State and Michigan. One of them takes that L. Let's just say hypothetically how it is now. Ohio State still at 1, Michigan still at 3. Ohio State takes the L.
Uh-huh.
Do you boot out Ohio State out of the top 4 and throw in Washington to Michigan?
No, like I said earlier, they can lose to each other, and neither one of them are dropping out of the top 4.
So you wouldn't put Washington in there?
I would love to. I know how the NCAA works.
I would put Washington in there. Yeah. Absolutely.
I would make the decision to say, okay, one of y'all can't be here.
Yeah, one of them gonna have to go.
Yeah, but like the way how it be working out,
I feel like if either one of them loses this year, no matter what,
if Ohio State loses, they won't. But if Michigan does, they're gone.
Yeah, Michigan definitely.
If Michigan loses, they're gone.
But I feel like
because
the way Washington has been playing, and I do think that Washington is going to have to, because it's not like the old days where BCS? It's not like BCS era where you up there trying to put up fantasy type numbers
Yeah, all the
because the points is
what
what get you at the top.
Yeah.
It's not like that no more. However, it is kind of still in a sense if you in this top area, top 10, where you're going to need some convincing wins, top 10, top 9, top 11 or 12, you're going to need some convincing wins just in case something happens down at the bottom.
Right.
That you're going to have to put up some numbers that is going to be like, yeah, they actually smack somebody who deserve it.
And I agree with you 1,001%.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I hate with teams like Ohio State, because, like, why don't you go out there and get that convincing win?
Yeah.
I just took y'all minus 31.
And what are you doing, son?
Feel the bro hitting the brakes.
What are you doing?
I hate conservative play as far as college football. As far as college football concerned, no, go out there and, like, run it up. NFL, I get it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all professionals. Don't disrespect me. But in college,
We just play.
In college, when you take out your first string, your second string might be better sometimes, or just as good.
Absolutely.
And like, he's only playing because he's a senior.
Mm-hmm.
Let them go out there and show out.
Yep.
Don't put a leash on him. Let that dog run.
And I think that's the thing. So Texas was the last round out on that, right? You said Texas at 6?
Texas is at 7.
Okay, who is at 6?
Oregon is at 6.
Oregon is at 6, and that's pretty good too. So you're talking about 2 Pac-10 teams that technically they both can meet each other again. They can both meet each other again in that meeting, right? For Pac-10 championship, I believe. I don't know.
Pac what?
Pac-10
Pac who?
Pac-12 championship. My bad, Pac-10.
Thank you.
I'm still in the old days.
Yeah.
But Pac-12 championship. So I think they can meet each other. I have to go back and see how the alignment works. But then you have Ohio State and Michigan that got to meet each other. So I feel like either one of them gonna have to boot each other out because I feel like Washington definitely. I think it might be a hope. Maybe it's just a fan side. I want to see somebody different.
Because you like Michael Penix Jr. So
yeah, man, he cold. He cold with it, bro.
He is.
He cold with it.
And you know what? You know what I like about Washington? They put together 4 quarters of football.
4 quarters of football.
5 if you want to catch up.
Absolutely.
Did they go to overtime this year?
No.
Oregon?
No. They almost did.
Oh, okay.
But they didn't. They won by 3. But weekend preview, you got Kansas State. This is the 3 biggest games that we're looking at.
Honestly,
top 25.
I'm looking at
Kansas State versus Texas. Texas -4, and it might be just low because of Quinn Ewers is out.
He's doubtful right now.
Is he doubtful?
He's doubtful.
Okay.
I'm
sure he's out.
Just throwing like the throwing side. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they just trying to hold off hope.
Well,
but why would you do that? Like, get your next guy ready.
Because then you have somebody to bet that -4.
They want to bet that -4 and cook them. And then you got Oklahoma versus Oklahoma State. Is this the last of the rivalry, right? Right? Because they're gonna
for Oklahoma, yeah.
Yeah, because Oklahoma and Oklahoma State.
They play Texas. This is the in-state rival.
No, but I'm saying in this particular game, right? Because Oklahoma is going to the SEC, and they're not going to be able to schedule Oklahoma State. I think that was the biggest deal over the all season. So this is going to be an interesting game.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. This is going to be an interesting game. So this is going to be probably one of the last times.
Oklahoma State and Kansas going to be the big dogs of the Big 12. I'm not watching that shit no more.
Hey,
no, let me stop playing, bro. I've really been rocking with Kansas a lot over the past few seasons. So,
but Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, 18.5 for Oklahoma. Is it covering? Are y'all covering that? We talking about a whole bunch of emotions.
I'm gonna be honest, dog. I never really thought about all season. I was always iffy about them covering, knowing that they can. But again, will you?
Will you do it?
Will you? They should have beat the piss out of Kansas, and guess what they did?
Lost. Yeah.
No, they're not covering those points.
No.
They go Oklahoma money line. Honestly, they're supposed to bounce back. Okay. And this might be your last chance at the in-state rival, and they're aware of that. I wasn't. So yeah, I think Oklahoma goes. What's the spread again? I'm sorry.
Minus 18.5.
Oklahoma 2 touchdowns.
So 14. So they not gonna cover, but they gonna win.
half.
Man, you ain't no sports book.
You know that's what I'm taking though.
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
So
you know what's crazy?
alternate it?
I got a crazy stat about myself right now.
Okay.
I am undefeated with alternate spreads on William Hill.
Okay.
I haven't lost one yet.
Hey, alternate spreads is a thing.
Just imagine, bro. You're your own bookie. You just got to deal with the. You just got to deal with the money that you're losing on taking these numbers.
Absolutely.
So now,
take it.
I am 100%.
I'll take it.
I'm not telling you right now to take Oklahoma minus 13.5.
Hey,
but if you want to, it might be a good decision.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going the opposite way. I'm going
for that to drop 13.5. You know how much money you losing?
Yeah, I'm going the opposite way with that thing. Because
I do like Oklahoma.
I expect some blood, sweat, and tears in this game.
I like Oklahoma to win, but 18.5 is crazy.
Yeah, for this particular type of game.
For this type of game, it's crazy.
I think it's crazy.
And that quarterback actually don't look half bad.
Yeah. They've done a lot over the last couple of games to get it together in Oklahoma State.
I will show grace. He don't look half bad.
Hey. And then we got LSU versus Alabama, -3 Alabama. What's your take?
I like LSU in the first half because for some reason y'all don't know how to play at the beginning of a ball game.
I give you that.
That's it.
I give you that.
That's it.
I give you that.
That's it. I don't care who wins. This is LSU first half, bro.
I mean, I don't like to bet my teams.
You never bet your team.
I never bet my
You never tell me you do, and when you do, you be like, oh, guess what I did?
That's why I stay away. I don't want to jinx nobody. Hey,
bro, you bet the Cowboys, it's the same story. It's
the same story.
Hey,
every time.
Do you ever feel like these fools only lost because I bet on them?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I don't touch it. I'd rather just I'd rather be mad that we lost and I ain't touched it. And I ain't lose no money.
Your love for something can really just overshadow your logic.
Yes.
And that's what happened to me. Well, actually, no. I feel like Oklahoma should have won that ball game, but my logic told me to bet the money line and not the spread.
And then sometimes logic is like, all right, if you like a money line so much and not the spread, why don't you just take the opposite side? But then you won't bet against your team.
I'm not doing
exactly. That's the thing.
You know what's crazy? I have bet against the Cowboys though. I have just a plus on the opposite side.
Yeah.
But I've never bet on nobody to beat us.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, but college is a lot different.
Yeah, college is fickle, bro.
I'm going to say, on record, I'm going to say we're going to get that W. -3? Oh, no. It's going to be a good game. This could be one of those.
You know what's crazy? I don't think it will be a good game to watch.
No?
Nah, bro.
I think it's going to be a good game.
I'm all for a defensive game, but I've seen what defensive games look like for your team right now.
I don't think this is going to be a defensive game at all.
You don't think so?
No.
All right, well.
I don't think so.
Well, let me finish my statement at least.
Okay. Go ahead.
I think it's different when you got a defensive game, but you know that these offenses are good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like your quarterback is not. He is an athlete.
Yeah.
He is not a quarterback. He is very athletic, and yes, he can throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he can make some passes.
That's not going to be his calling. That's not his long-term calling.
No,
he could do it in college.
I think he is a great football player.
Absolutely.
In a crunch time situation, I feel like he can make a good decision if he's going to run that ball down the field because he is a great runner. But you don't want your quarterback running the ball like that. You're putting your team on this person's back.
Yeah,
and you don't want to put him in harm's risk. So I feel like he's a good athlete, but as far as like quarterback, this is kind of where the train stops for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
And I hate to say that about somebody's career when I know his goal is to make it to the next level.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. So, LSU first half, money line, maybe the points.
First half money line. And I ain't touching that.
I know you're not, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing.
I'm listening. And I ain't touching it.
But you understand.
But I understand.
That's
I understand. I definitely understand. So we're going to roll over into our dog of the week. Our dog money dog of the week. Dog money dog of the week.
Who you got this week, my boy?
Who did you have this week?
I'm going to keep it real with you. There was a few.
Okay, give me yours. Let's
start off with Darren Bland.
Mm-hmm.
Darren Bland has the most pick sixes in the NFL right now. And he's a backup. He is a backup.
Yes, he is.
I told you the week that Trayvon Diggs went down, I wasn't too worried about us on defense.
Okay.
Because we have depth.
Right.
Michael Bell is a dog right now, bro. I think that's his name.
I think so.
Michael, number 14.
I think so.
He's filling in for Van Der Esch right now.
Yeah.
Dawg. Granted, I don't want him. He doesn't deserve to be a starter yet. But when he's on the field, you don't have to worry about him.
Right. Because he's going to...
Of course, nobody's perfect. He's going to make mistakes and he's going to get beat. But he is sideline to sideline and he is hunting, bro.
Okay.
So I like him. But my dog would have to be Darren Bland.
So you went
and unexpected expectations, you're going above and beyond expectations.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that about athletes.
But he does really... He is a really good corner, though.
He is, and he's showing y'all.
Yeah, he's definitely a really good corner.
Is showing y'all.
He's definitely a good corner.
He would be my dog, and he wouldn't be like nobody that anybody would necessarily just bring up in conversations like this.
Right.
But I'm showing grace, bro.
No, but I mean, that's not a terrible pick.
Yeah.
I mean,
so who's your dog, bro?
I'm gonna have to go with our rival. I'm gonna have to go with AJ Brown.
Yeah.
8 catches, 130 yards.
That's expected.
2 touchdowns.
That's expected.
But when it's expected and you still do it,
this is true.
When it's expected, when it's expected and you exceed the expectation.
Nah, he went nuts this week.
It's expected and you exceed. Now he is the record holder for most games with 125 yards back to back to back.
And what is Tyreek right now? Because initially he was going to be my dog, but I thought about it.
Who, Tyreek?
Yeah, because he's the first to surpass
1,000 yards.
1,000 yards. And what week is this?
Week 8? That was week 8?
Yeah.
That was week 8?
I hope he hit 2,000.
Now, I
hope he hit 2,000.
I low-key think him and A.J. Brown at this point are battling it out.
Yeah, like right now.
At this point, when you talk about
quarterback is just playing great right now? Not a damn one.
None. And I think at this point, you got to just, if you taking player props, you have to take just A.J. Brown, Tyreek Hill. If you lose, you lose.
Like, you know what's crazy? Like, there's 4 picks that you could just say, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it don't, whatever.
It is what it is.
A.J. Brown, yardage.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill, yardage. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown.
Yep.
And right now, Jalen Hurts, touchdown.
Throw in another one. Travis Kelce,
yards, bro.
Like,
hey, just do what you want.
If it loses, it just was a bad week. Yeah, because that ain't losing too many times.
Hey, you know who else was like kind of showing out for me this year?
Who?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah, I mean, but he has been low-key a really good wide receiver for the last 2, maybe 3 years.
Yeah, this is the year that I've been paying attention though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of people now starting to finally pay attention to his skill set. But yes, sir, A.J. Brown, Darren Bland, Dog of the Week, Bum of the Week.
Mark Davis, Jimmy G,
Josh McDaniels,
the other
GM,
guy, the other guy they cut this morning,
the OC.
Everybody involved with bringing Jimmy Garoppolo to the Las Vegas Raiders.
You know what I feel like happened? I feel like Mark Davis woke up, right? I feel like Mark Davis woke up and
done playing. So now he focused on the Raiders.
I feel like he woke up and said, "Dang, I got 2 rings.
I gotta fix this.
I got 2 rings from my women's basketball team, and I ain't even close.
I only have a winning season from the Raiders right now.
I ain't even close." He said, "Wait, the UNLV Rebels barely lost to the Fresno State.
You feel me? We beat Vanderbilt, the SEC team."
And barely lost to Fresno State. And what are we doing out here in Vegas? We the only sorry team.
We have pound for pound the best wide receiver in the league right now as far as route running, catching,
with 1 catch
and winning one-on-one competition.
11 yards,
bro. You don't have to tell me. I barely made it out of my fantasy league this year, bro. On Monday, I had Jared Goff playing and I had Devontae Adams playing. All I needed to do was beat Nels, bro. And like Nelson, like, you know, he had Josh Jacobs playing, and he had
was Was you sweating?
Yeah. Yes.
Was you sweating?
Because I won by 4 points.
What if it was like by 0.2 points? That was almost where you was at, though.
Yeah, bro, it was getting there. So, for him to go out there and this is your go-to guy. This is the guy we're paying the most money on the team right now.
And you're not showing him no love.
And granted, you're giving him the targets, but
you can't get the ball.
The targets that you're getting him, bro. The closest pass that he missed is close to me and Drew right now. Overthrew him, touchdown passes. If he catch it, bro, he can cartwheel into the end zone. Man. And they threw him one in the end zone as well, but you threw it into triple coverage. Of course, one of these niggas gonna pick it off. So I don't know, bro. I'm so glad that they got rid of their head coach, offensive coordinator, and GM today, so the Raiders can kind of figure this out. I like I forget his last name, but his first name. His last name is Pierce.
Okay.
He played linebacker for the Giants. He was on that Super Bowl team with Eli Manning.
Antonio Pierce.
Antonio Pierce, thank you so much. He was a dog.
He was a dog.
You know how I feel about dogs coaching football.
Yeah.
I love to see it, bro.
He was a dog as a player, for sure.
He was a dog, bro.
I'm glad they finally woke up and said,
I'm glad he decided to start the third string quarterback. I'm excited to see what old boy do. What's his name?
O'Connell, right?
Yeah.
O'Connell?
I closed the tab already. God dog it.
O'Connell's
his name. He's number 4.
Hey, I'm glad that they finally, I know it's early in the season. Generally, you usually say, hey, let's just keep it going. We already here at this point, but why? You know, you might as well throw it out there. Let's show our team that, because really, they were losing the players.
Yeah.
Like they
lost the locker room.
They lost the locker room. Like,
when you lose your dogs, bro, you lose everybody underneath that umbrella, bro.
You lost. But you had Josh Jacobs saying, they asked him, hey, they asked Josh Jacobs, hey, what do you think that can, what can we do to, what can you guys do to fix what's going on, like on the offensive side of the ball? And his answer was, it's not my job. And
bro, what's the name? Devontae Adams gave out a PSA. Like, I feel a certain way, but I'm not going to tell y'all because I don't want it to turn into clickbait.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to say that's going to jeopardize my position here.
Absolutely.
I'm under contract.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that they're he made a move so they can figure this out.
Absolutely.
They're moving in the right direction, getting rid of these bums.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Hence them being bums of the week.
Yes, absolutely.
So I feel like the Raiders are 3-5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they could. Actually, it's a possibility, bro, because the AFC West is not really like showing out.
They're again what we thought. No, they are
expected them to be top dog in the NFL
last year.
Last season, yes, correct.
And they looking like last season again.
No, they're looking like easily competitive amongst each other right now. If I had to call the best team, like really right now in the AFC West, I mean, of course, everybody's gonna say Chiefs, but like, don't count the Chargers out right now, bro. They are putting up points. They just got
AFC West. Yeah. I mean the Chargers, but I mean you got to go.
You have to go Chiefs, but like, you can't count the Chargers out. But they're not that far from where the Raiders are right now. What's the record on them right now?
They both 3. The Chargers are 3-4. The Raiders are 3-5.
Okay, so yeah, because of bye weeks. So yeah. I'm like, it's not that far out. You know what I'm saying? You can fight your way to a wild card.
Yeah, but they don't have to fight.
Yeah, you gotta fight. They got the talent.
They got the talent. They absolutely have.
They got the talent. And if you get you a quarterback who can just follow suit and play his role, Dak in his freshman year, rookie year.
Yeah.
Be a game manager.
Just
hit your dogs.
Yep.
Hit your dogs. If your offensive line can really just get it together and block, Josh Jacobs can have a better year. Bro, he can have a great year.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the play calling plays a lot. Of course, the atmosphere in the locker room and all in the organization plays a lot. Them bums have to go.
I expect them to have a better week.
I don't know why I'm mad about. Well, I know why I'm mad about this because I got one pass for 11 yards on my fantasy.
Well, I think the only other thing is why you mad is because low key we are investing in them too as well because they represent Las Vegas,
hometown team now.
You know that's our second. Unfortunately, that's our secondary team now. You know what I mean? Like we say what it is, but
it really is.
You got. Yes, it's Baltimore for me too. But you talking about
they in the back.
They have Las Vegas on they everything. So it's like, all right,
we out of that, huh?
That's what we on. You know what I mean? Yeah, we out. We all out, bro. We all out. So outside of that, there was a bunch of injuries that changed the trajectory of the season this past weekend. Kirk Cousins being one of them.
That sucks.
And it really sucks because Minnesota was finally finding a groove, and he helped them fight back to 4-4. So Kirk Cousins now out for the season, Achilles. How do you feel like? I don't know. You had the Lions anyway, but now with the Vikings, do you see them still fighting themselves? I mean, now you out of Justin Jefferson. Would you have Justin Jefferson come back at this point?
Yeah, we paying him.
But I mean, if he's
they
picked up
healthy. Dobbs, so I feel like okay, he can kind of make some work out there. Yeah, you have a great receiving core out there.
Yes,
that's a.
Addison was a great pickup, and we knew it.
And I said it on draft day. I said,
we knew it.
Scariest pick of the draft if they can put it together.
Yeah,
they just don't have like a real running game in Minnesota right now,
and that's the sad part.
That's the sad part. I mean, I'm not counting. Like, I'm not going to say Cam Akers a bum, bro.
But he ain't doing what
he ain't what he was.
No, he's not. I don't know if he ever really truly made out to be what he was supposed to be either.
Nah, but he has.
What I mean?
He had some moments.
He had moments. Yeah. Absolutely, he had moments.
He scored the first rushing touchdown for them this year.
Yes,
last week.
That's crazy.
The first rushing
in
touchdown.
week 8.
Yeah,
in week 8. Yeah. No, so we talking about you got Kirk Cousins down. So now, before we get into the weekend's games that we're gonna be looking at, it was also trade deadline this weekend. There was a few teams that made moves that were supposed to make moves. You had Seattle make a move, who is a top dog right now in their division and actually playing for a playoff spot.
Write them off.
Yeah, we showed write them off last year, but not this year. You had Baltimore made moves, right? You had who else made a move?
You said Seattle already.
Seattle, Baltimore. I'm glad that Washington gave up Sweat and Chase Young. Like, that helps out the division.
Hey, I know that. I know Sweat pissed off. Like, bro, why I ain't go to San Francisco? Why I gotta go to Chicago?
You sent me to Chicago, dog? You sent me to Chicago?
To Chicago.
To Chicago. You sent me to Chicago, dog? Chicago. Chicago. Nah, but hey, no. So there was a couple of teams that made moves, but the one team that didn't make a move, and we knew we wouldn't. We knew it wasn't surprising, but the Cowboys didn't make a move. So every other team that really had a shot in our division, the 49ers, the Seahawks, the Eagles,
conference,
in our division,
conference
or a conference, Division 2, for that matter.
Well, you said Seahawks, so I had to
conference. Thank you. But in our division, the Washington, they lost players.
They got
glad for that, but they got picks.
They're already thinking about next year.
The Philadelphia Eagles went and got the safety from Tennessee. You got the 49ers getting another defensive end. How?
Hey, Tennessee might be a new team starting this week.
Will Levis
started last week.
Decent.
Yeah, the Mayo boy. This nigga put mayonnaise in his coffee, bro.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
It's very disgusting.
That sounds
If that make you play good football, I'm going to go pick up DeAndre Hopkins, bro.
Hey.
He out there.
He going to get it to him.
Yeah, he got 3. He finally, bro, he finally showed, okay,
I can still play.
I can still play out here.
He going to get it to him. He definitely going to get it to him. So, outside of that, I mean, you had the trade deadline moves. Teams got better. And going into this week, 2 of the teams that's fighting for this top spot or really trying to fight for these playoff spots, you got the one team we're going to focus on, Seattle, versus the Ravens. The Ravens is -6 right now at the crib. What do you expect from that particular game?
Which game? I'm sorry, say it.
Seahawks versus the Ravens. -6.
Who's the favorite?
The Ravens. And it looks like it went down to -5.5.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't know about that 5.5 either. Ravens can win it. Ravens should win it.
High scoring game, I feel.
I believe that, even though the Ravens have a great defense. I like the Ravens money line. If I was a betting man, which I am, I'm probably gonna go Seahawks plus 5.5.
Okay.
But that might change on Sunday. But right now,
Definitely a high scoring game.
yeah. What's the
Definitely
over
high
under on that?
The over and under on this particular game, it is 44.5.
Oh, I want to touch that over.
Over. At least alternate spread it and then take the over.
Yeah, drop it down a little bit.
Take it down a little
Drop that
bit.
thing down to 40. Bingo.
I feel like that's going to be a high scoring game, low key. They both can make some moves on the offense and defense, really. So that's going to be a good game, I think. Then you also have
down, bro.
the second game.
I said 40, right?
Yep, 40. Then the second game, Dallas Cowboys versus the Eagles. This is one we have to have, and I want to say we're at home.
I feel like we can't have it unless we are forced to run the ball. If we are forced to run the ball,
we're
we can cancel
in Philly.
Christmas.
We're in Philly.
If we are forced to run the ball, we can cancel Christmas.
I think we're going to be forced to run the ball.
I don't want to cancel Christmas right now, though.
I think we're going to be forced to run the ball.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to doubt them every week because I didn't think
It's reverse psychology.
I didn't think we were going to beat the Rams if we're keeping it real. I didn't think we were going to beat the Rams, so I didn't touch that game. I went out there and beat the piss out of them. But the first three plays was like, okay, well, the trade deadline coming up, we have to do something to help out our offensive line. We got to do something to help out this running game.
Yeah.
Dak sacked in the first the first three plays. The first 4 plays, he sacked 3 times. This is crazy.
And we didn't do nothing to help.
Did nothing at all.
Did nothing. So everybody's aggressive. We ain't even trying at this point.
I really feel like we have a good team and we can be a good team because I'm a defensive person, bro. The defense can make or break a game in the first quarter. If we can get out to an early start, it's going to be hard for them to catch up when our defense rolling. But if Dak got to play from behind, I'm canceling Christmas right then and there.
And I feel like the running game is important in that.
Yeah, we don't have one.
We didn't even attempt to go like. I want to say Leonard Fournette. Remember, I mentioned him possibly being the guy, but they just signed him to the Bills practice squad. So it's like,
He'll be playing in 2 weeks.
Try to get some of these guys that we need, big bodies that actually help make a difference outside of Tony Pollard, because he can get you to the end zone. Now we need somebody that's going to get us in the end zone. Get us in the end zone. You know what I mean? So the last game we're going to talk about, Buffalo Bills versus the Cincinnati Bengals. This is a big game simply because of the division. And then also you have Cincinnati cooking it back up. They're doing what they did the last 2 years.
I feel like they're going to put a lot of emphasis on the Hamlin situation.
It's already a lot of emphasis.
Is he going to play this week?
They say he's supposed to play. I've already seen in my timeline, bro, already a lot of emphasis. Not saying that, it's not a touching situation, but I don't want that to be the emphasis of a good game. You know what I mean? Don't make this.
Like, you don't have to, do all this for ratings to get I'm watching anyway.
Yeah, we're watching the game.
I don't need to be reminded of it. I'm not going to. I'm just glad that the boy walked away from the situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad he was able to go home and talk to his family, because that's big, bro. We've been taking losses in our own family.
Yeah.
And to publicly watch this happen to one of your own, I can only imagine how that family felt. So for them to have him back is probably the biggest win for me.
Right.
But we're talking football right
now. Let's talk football.
So as far as
we're not talking about all that.
I hope he plays, man. I hope he can play again and be go back to what, get back on the goal what he wanted to be.
Right.
You want to be this, you made these goals for yourself. I really hope that he can accomplish those. But let's get back to the game though.
I don't know if it psychologically it might take a little while.
It's gonna have to, bro.
You know what I mean?
The way it happened is just
absolutely. And then you got to go back. But when we're talking about the game, the Bengals are now 4-3,
and they look good last week.
They looked really good last week.
Honestly, bro. Before I placed that bet, I was sweating.
Did you take the Bengals?
I took the Bengals money line.
Yeah, okay.
And I sweated it until the first quarter was over with. I said, "Oh yeah."
He was like, "No, we got it. We got it."
I mean, if my ticket was still active, but the Texans gave up the panties to the Panthers, but
got him. But
bro,
this week,
nice little $800, bro.
Who you like this weekend?
As far as these,
The Bills or the Bengals?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. I really do like the Bengals.
I like them too. I mean, you on a roll at this point.
Yeah,
You're on a roll at this point.
you're healthy now.
You're healthy.
I watched Joe Burrow rush. I said, oh my god,
He looks ready.
that calf ain't hurt no more.
Nah,
Be afraid of them Bengals right now.
they back to they same ways of the last
Chase
year.
ain't complaining no more. They back, bro. So
Yeah,
that team about to be scary.
I'm gonna say money line.
I'm gonna take the 2
You taking the 2? I'm gonna say money line, just because something weird can happen.
because
I'm gonna take them.
I'm gonna tell you why I can take the 2.
Okay.
I feel like it can be a field goal game because the
Absolutely.
Bills ain't no bums, bro.
No, they're not.
They just play at the level of their competition, and when you play with your food, sometimes somebody pick at it.
Yeah, and because you say that, I'm gonna take the Bengals money line. that's where I'm gonna roll with it. That's where I'm gonna roll
I'm
with
gonna
it.
take the 2 if I
So-
take the game.
Before we get on up out of here, your dog of the week, your dog pick.
I don't
dog
have
pick.
I don't have
Actually,
a dog pick.
before we even get to the dog pick of the week, or even just what you thinking when you look at the plays, I did want to ask you because we didn't mention this particular game, but it is a good game. Unfortunately, it's not in Kansas City, but the Dolphins are playing the Chiefs, and Tyreek gets to play.
in Germany.
Yeah, it's in Germany, and it's at 6:30 in the morning.
I like the Dolphins.
Now, my question to you is Tyreek Hill's player props, because they have that up right now. Tyreek
They got it
Hill's
up
player
early.
right now for that
What's
game.
them numbers? Give me them.
Tyreek, 92.5 yards.
Over.
Over?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. So,
Bro,
Tyreek Hill.
They got these numbers under 100. I'm taking the over, bro.
Tyreek Hill. Okay, so Patrick Mahomes, 284 yards, 284 and a half yards passing.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. That's a straight bet.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a coin toss because he can throw for 330. He can also throw for 250.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Yeah. So,
Don't forget. Jalen Ramsey back, and they already suffering at the wide receiver. Give me the under. Give me the under. What is it? What is it? 280.
you think Jalen Ramsey
No.
can cover Tyreek Hill?
Say it again.
You think Jalen covering Tyreek?
He's not. They're on the same team.
Oh, yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
Give me the under.
Tripping. Jalen Ramsey is back.
Give me the under.
Who would he cover, though?
A nigga that can't catch the ball.
Would you put him on Travis Kelce?
No, I don't think that's necessary. Not necessary.
Okay. Tua, 271 and a half.
That's crazy. I'll take the over.
Over. I would
That's
take the
crazy.
over.
That's
I would take the over.
taking the over.
And that's just off of quick looking. I would take the over on that one.
Let me give you my 2 cents about this game, and we can wrap up this episode.
Okay.
The Chiefs are not what we know them to be. It's time for everybody to accept that. Travis Kelce is the only deep threat that he has off the line of scrimmage. You got to worry about everybody else catching the ball.
Rasheed Rice is nice.
Yeah, he is nice.
Coming really good.
How many receptions he get in the game?
He's
Not enough to change the game.
He's getting there.
He's getting there.
He's getting his respect.
He better get there in Germany.
He better get there in Germany. Hey, he better get there in Germany real
He
quick.
better get there in Germany.
I hope he get there in Germany because I like taking his props.
Yeah,
His player prop.
because he a dog. But at the end of the day, it's not a lot of receivers out there that they can depend on.
True.
I need you to catch this. Please catch this.
I feel like
Drop.
Rasheed Rice is his next dependable guy.
Yeah, he's going to
as a rookie, and that's wild because now he's actually got his respect. So I like that. I like that. You don't have no dog of the week for
no dog, but I have a pick.
What's your pick?
I like Notre Dame right now.
Notre Dame -3 over Clemson.
At Clemson.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah, that's my favorite play right now.
I love that.
I'll die on that mountain if they lose.
I love that. Actually, -3. I love that.
Yeah, I'm actually considering only betting on that for college.
Just that?
I think so. I think that's what I might do.
Okay.
Because I can't have another parlay week like I. You know what my problem was last week? I didn't straight bet anything. I only put in 2 parlays the entire weekend. That 5 leg that I read out and that 7 leg that I read out.
So you didn't take no straight bets?
I took no straight bets, and that's the only reason why I didn't win any money this week.
All right, this is
Because I gave you 9 hitters out of 12.
It's gonna be wild
Let's hear it.
because I gave it last, or was it last week? I gave them. I took Arizona last week, right over at Oregon State on the show. I did,
Yeah, you did.
and they did.
Or was
cover.
it on the Patreon?
No, that was on the show.
Oh, okay.
Money line. I'm gonna roll with them again.
And they got who?
They got UCLA and they at home,
Oh, I like that.
and it's plus 3.5. Give me that. Give me Arizona again. Arizona again.
I like it.
Give me Arizona. Give me Arizona again.
Drew, you got something?
No.
Give me Arizona again, though, for sure. Give me Arizona again.
No, I actually like that. What's the over-under on that? If you got it in front of you?
No, I don't got it in front of me no more. But outside of that, I mean, that's my college dog of the week. Arizona money line over UCLA at home at the crib.
Yeah, I apologize that I don't have a dog for y'all this week, but I really I got to get back to studying because I went off of faith last week and went 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 7. So
Yeah, we definitely got to get there.
but I do like Notre Dame, bro. I'm gonna keep riding that train till it crashes, bro.
Nah, I feel that. That's been a good pick for us all season.
Yeah,
So with that being said,
I'm gonna say what I say every week, my boy. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend,
tell a friend, tell 10,
tell 20,
tell 20.
We getting that
Dog money. If you smell that grass.
I know I got a problem, bro. I just grabbed an empty glass.
He was about to drink it.
Looked at it, knew it was empty.
Look.
Appreciate y'all for logging in, man. I hope y'all get some money.
Got a sip.
Make sure you like, man. Make sure you hit that little star and hit that bell if you're watching on YouTube. Every time we post some shorts or some videos, you'll get an alert and let you know that we out here working, man.
Absolutely.
So pay attention.
Stay with us.
And get this dog money.
Thank
bro.
y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Peace.
Cause I get along better with
I'm so mad with this food, man. I think.